So today I'm going to be showing you how to improve your back flexibility, but this time for intermediate. Now this depends on how intermediate you are. Some of the stretches might be difficult, but some of the stretches might be too easy. So you can hold these stretches for longer or shorter depending on how you feel. And as always, be careful when you do these stretches. And without further ado, let's just get into the video.
So we're gonna start off with waves, like in my last video, because like I said, I think waves warms up your back really well. And this is also a wave that I've showed in my other video. So you're gonna go down with your head, keeping your knees straight, and then you're gonna come back up, pushing your shoulders back as much as you can, and at the end you can bend your knees. So this next wave I also showed in my other video. It's a forwards wave and then I do a backwards wave. So you're going to go down, bend your knees, and you're going to push your hips forward, arch your back, and then look back and bring your hands up and straighten your knees. And then do the same thing backwards. You're going to arch back, you're going to bend your knees, bring your body forward, and hands up and straighten your knees. So for this next wave, open your feet apart and your hands to the side. You're going to bend your knees and you're going to push your hands back. You're going to arch back and look up, and then you're going to bring your hands forward like you're gonna hug yourself, and then straighten your knees. So this is the next wave. So start with one hand up and one hand down and one foot pointed to the side. You're going to plie, bringing your shoulder down. Going to come up and rotate your hands back, and then you're going to do a wave backwards and you're going to bend your knees, and when you go forwards you're going to plie even more. Make sure that when you do this, your front foot is turned out. So the next exercise, stand on your hands and knees, and you're going to arch up and then down again and up and down. And then you're going to do 4 circles with your back to one side and then to the other side. Next, start in child's pose and stretch out into seal. In my beginner's video, I said that it's better to keep your feet apart, but now you're going to try and close your feet together to make the stretch more effective. Now you're going to stretch out into seal again and bend your knees, and again try to keep your knees as close as possible. Now standing on your knees, put your hands up and you're going to pulse back as much as you can and then try to grab your feet. You can do this with your knees together, but if you find that hard, then you can open your knees apart and then stretch down in child's pose to relax your back. Repeat the exercise, and if you can't reach your feet, just keep pulsing back. Now stand up, keeping your feet apart, and you're going to pulse back, and if you're afraid that you're going to fall, you can have someone hold your back. Then you're going to go into a crab and you're going to bend your knees and push your bottom down and then straighten your knees, bend your knees and straighten your knees, and then you're going to relax. Now here's another way to go into a crab, which will also help improve your back flexibility. So start sitting down with one hand in front, and then you're going to lift your bottom up and bring your hand slowly over to one side. You may want to warm up your shoulders as well, or you can just do a full warm up, which I think would be better before doing these exercises. Now you're going to go into a crab whichever way you want, and you're going to walk closer to your feet. I could walk closer to my feet, but I couldn't because my leg hurts, and believe it or not, this exercise can also stretch the upper part of your leg. Now slowly go down on your elbows. If you haven't done this before, I would just recommend staying on your elbows, but if you can straighten your feet and then bend your knees like I did in a crab position. So this is the next exercise. So you're going to stand with your feet apart and you're going to do a wave, or you're going to go around. I usually do it like this with a step, and you're just going to go around. So step, side, you're going to arch back, and then finish. For this exercise, you need to go near a wall. Open your feet apart and put your hands up and look up and push your chest into the wall. I've also shown this exercise in my other video. For this exercise, you're going to need the wall again. So you're going to go into a crab and push your chest into the wall. Make sure to keep your hands straight. You're going to straighten your legs, and you can bring your legs closer to you and then try to straighten them. Now standing on your hands and knees, you're going to kick your leg up, making sure it's straight. Even if you can't lift it up this high, make sure to keep it straight. Now do the same thing, but this time you're going to bend your knee. I would say that this exercise mostly would stretch your legs, but if you can arch back enough, then you will feel the stretch in your back as well. You can also do this exercise near the wall or near a chair or just near the sofa, like I'm doing here. For this next exercise, start in a seal position, and we're going to kick your leg over your head, and you're going to use your hands to push off. You can bend your knee, and you're going to try and touch the ground with your toes, or you can also try this with a straight leg. Now lift up your shoulders, and again you can keep your feet apart or together depending on how you feel, and you can have someone push your hands back, but I didn't have anyone at the moment, so I tried to put my feet under the sofa and tried to reach for the sofa, but as you can see I couldn't, so I was looking for somewhere else, and then I said that I could do it here. So I put my feet under the computer table and then just stretched in between the two sofas like this, or like I said, if you have someone, they can gently push your hands back. So the next exercise is chest stand, and if you haven't done a chest stand, be careful, and I would say you should start by putting your hands under your chin, and you're going to rock back and forward like this, like a boat, trying to keep your legs behind you straight. And it's okay if you can't lift your legs up all the way like this, just do what you can and don't do this. Now again in a seal position, you're going to lift one hand up and pulse back, 8 times, and then you're going to bend your knee. So I had my right hand up, so I have to bend my left leg. So you're going to bend your left leg and push it down as much as you can. Remember, it's opposite, so if you want to do it with your left hand, you have to get your right leg. And make sure to do both legs. It's very important because you don't want to become lopsided. And finally, make sure to relax your back.
So that was my video on how to improve your back flexibility for intermediate. Like I said before, if you find it difficult, you can either hold it for a less amount of time, or if you really can't do it, just skip that exercise. And if it's too easy, you can hold it for longer. And always make sure to stretch your back the other way so you can relax, so that then you don't injure your back. So that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye! It's Christmas time.
aside from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. walk by. There goes a sight from my soul.